All right, so welcome back. And on this one, we are going to do a fresh installation of a React application. Now, of course, the best place to start is going to be the React documentation. So if you go to reactjs.org, you can find everything right here. You're going to get some tutorials, something from the community, but the right place to start is going to be the documentation, the getting started. So right now we're going to do the installation. Of course, we don't need to check the documentation every time. I'm going to be showing you some places throughout the course right here on the documentation, but we're going to do everything together. Now, the first thing we need to do is to create an application, and we do get an instance, we get an installer, so we can install a template. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to be using the VS Code, of course, and I'm going to open a new terminal, right? Now, you can choose how to work here. You can create a directory from within the folder of VS Code or whatever IDE you're using, or you can create a directory directly from the terminal of your computer. Now, in this case, I'm going to go and I'm going to open a new folder, and this is the way I like to do things. Now, this is going to be the React notice that I get pretty much a lot of things. So inside projects, I'm going to put all the projects of this course inside this directory. So I'm going to go and I'm going to open a new folder. I'm going to create a new folder inside, and I'm going to call this one, I don't know, basics, something like that, something simple. So I'm going to go, I'm going to create, and I'm going to open. So now the VS Code will open that directory right here. So we are standing on this directory. Now from the terminal, we need to trigger a command just to install a fresh instance of React. And the way we do so, let me make this a little bit bigger, is going to be by doing npx and then create React and then app. So this is the one that's going to bring the template for us. Now, when you do create React app, if you provide the name of the application, this one, what we'll do, it will go right here and create a new directory with the name that you're providing right here. In my case, I'm already inside the directory, so I don't want to do this. I'm going to go and just put a dot, and this will put all the files inside without creating a new directory. So this is going to take a minute, depends on your connection. I'm going to press enter and I'll be right back. All right, so once everything is done installing, you're going to get something like this, super simple. So all of this is just ready to start the server and start working with the React application. Of course, we're going to go through the different directories and files again, just to explain you what we get and what we can do. But then right here, it gives you different instructions like npm start or build or test or eject, and they are just very different. Now, remember, at the end of the day, what we want to do, we want to build an application and then put it on a different server. Well, that's is going to be the npm run build. This is going to create the build, and then we're going to put it on the server. And then, of course, we get npm start, and this one, it's the development server. Now, of course, when you're building an application, you build it in your computer first, and then at the end, whenever you're ready, you put it on the server. So while, of course, you're working on a React application, you need a testing place, a development server. So the Create React application, the one we just used, will give you a ready-to-go development server. It's just already installed and ready to be used. If we don't use the Create React app, just like we did, we'll have to do everything manually, and that sucks. So then we can, of course, run some tests, and then we get the eject. We can talk about this much later. But just to give you an example, when we install this, we cannot really see, on the source or anything, a place that says or gives instructions about in how to create the server or how to configure a server. All of that information, it's hidden from us. We are not able to see it. So when we do eject, all those files are going to become visible. Now, all of these instructions, you can find them on the package.json. If you go there, when you go to the scripts, you can find them right here, right? Okay, so right now, we want to start working with the React application. We don't care about anything else. So the way we do it, we just do npm start. So I'm going to go right here and do npm start. So this is going to start the development server. And by default, it's going to show the project on the localhost 3000. That's by default. So notice we go to the localhost 3000 and we get the logo. We get a React application. So this is going to be what we have right here inside the source. Notice it says edit source app.js and save. So if you go to app.js, we get that. We get that HTML with the same text. So if we wanted to start modifying all these files, of course, this is going to get reflected right here. So that's the idea of using the create React app, using that CLI. So we can create a nice project, simple project, and start working right away. And we don't have to start creating all the files, installing Bevel and everything else because it takes forever. All right, so that's fine. We have a nice application going. Let's go to the next one.